Hello everybody, this is Lucky and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the rest of the show. Court will now reconvene. With the pain, please tell your witness. The next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls the Dahlia Hawthorne. I like her hair though. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, can you please state your full name? No worries, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them down. Right down to size. And I'll bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Sir, is there something I can help you with? You must go on and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anybody, I just know it. Yes, I see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with the testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed I was there. I went to go and find the other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nonetheless, it's my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I will never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case and upon their paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. Was this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once. So they know each other. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. Good to see you again, Madame Maffei. Madame? I'm no one drama yet, girlie. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge would get angry with me. So what should I do with about her testimony just now? Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never! Miss Faye, I would not lie and badger this witness. I believe the defense engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she had no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that, I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. Defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if he came out and just told us the whole truth. You have nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. Let's see. Go ahead, present his testimony. Where's the testimony? What this testimony just now clearly contradictory, Your Honor. It should be. It has to be right. I knew it. However, your evidence... Yeah, I messed up on that one. Next one. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have to hear the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. He clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Oh, well, maybe the noise wasn't that all memorable. But turning to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you could see, there aren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a second, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that totally changed this whole case. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice she said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, the lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now is not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyways, the cause of death is electrocution. Isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Not true. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur with this guy anyways? Entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Dead Swallow was murdered. But that could very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact a victim of a stray bolt. That's true. Appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it. Oh man. I'm hurt that he has such a low opinion of me, Miss Bay. I'm not fool, you know. The prosecution has done some research, Your Honor. What research? We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day of that location. What? What's more, no evidence on the electric cable was definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Miss Payne? But what is this evidence? This. And who is this whatever is from? The pharmacology student who were conducting experiments in their lab that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology student. All the equipment in the lab lost power all of a sudden around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. Power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. which fits with the time of the death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the student, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. Or see. Apparently the cables have become so brittle that even the smallest bump would cause them to break. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it would have snapped if it had been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye? Do you have any thoughts on regarding the size of the severed cable? Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain the momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Your Honor, I think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which was right in Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to the same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Well, what that's supposed to mean? take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into that far pole, then he could have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. When they should of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be anyway. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said something that are a little different than I remember them. What? What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge? Of course, that's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time he was in the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted all occurred in less than a minute. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away, and that's when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Judge? Are you? Of course you are, my dear. As painful it may seem, you are. Well, now then, Miss Bay. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Okay. That was into the electrical bowl. It's in photo 2. Oh, it's like on the 5th statement. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Can you please take a look at the picture? Oh, that medicine. It's the one Beanie likes to take for his cold. And that's the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is, what time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Delia Hawthorne? What exactly happened during the 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Dud Swallow. Order in the... This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There is only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. There was a window of opportunity for the real killer. Miss Faye, is the defense really to indict someone as this real killer? Finally, it's time. This moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we're ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who's the real killer? It only could have been you, Delia Hawthorne. How can you... The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the table broke and the time of the execution. What exactly are you doing the whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Are you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order! Order! Well, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness two men fighting that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hand. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything! Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge. Your Honor, please, I have something to say. I want to say. I have something. I have something I want to say. At you. What is it? Please strike everything that the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? Totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. How would you know? You don't know the other side of her. Mr. Wright, get back to your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my dolly alone. That boy. He's gotten himself way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberry, you're back. It seems I've already just in the nick of time. I've read the police report on the incident in your newspaper clipping. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now the defense have made very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you just for a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? You don't worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead. Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Dead Swallow, but you also tried to pin this whole thing on your current lover, Venus Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry. Please, go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I should try to frame him is ludicrous. It's all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe that girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. Why does the name Feeny remind me of, blame me throughout, where he's like, Fiend! Fiend! 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, the same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from this Delia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the event the day that she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could possibly have to do with this case? The witness claimed that she had no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then, the court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on just for a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Delia Hawthorne. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we're destined to be meeting in this very courthouse basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Well, so lovey-wovey, we just literally make people sick. It's jealousy, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in the contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Okay, let's see. Courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in the courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It had nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this had nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Delia's side. I better tread carefully. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I have a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had to come to the courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, weren't you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of the cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Delia Hawthorne. What? Delia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Delia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in the criminal case just 8 months ago. So, Phoenix is with a criminal. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. It's true then. Delivious Rose and Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness when eyewitness Winston Payne was Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Or pardon me, go right ahead. It's true about 8 months ago. The police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, but so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during the incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the two times together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my bullets. Dad, no! I could hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my Stop with the hemorrhoids! Good God! No one wants to hear about your butt issues. This is the court, the public, man. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that's lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was some special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get poison like that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. Why is she lying? I did the fences just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne. But I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of the cross-examination. Why did the defense suddenly feel sure? Mia, you drawn with the true lawyer's aura there. That proud posture, self-confidence, absolutely smashing. Okay. 3, 4, 5. I have to do. Show his profile. You want to know how to get that pound of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you have had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim did swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit can never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he was looking. Something tells me that one of the characters we'll see later was the victim. I just had that feeling. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You. Order. Could it be? That's nothing but a basic. May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. It's quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have at least easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? I think I know. It's the container that she gave Phoenix, and she kept on saying, I need that back. Provide some evidence, or I will disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. Please conduct the full body search of Delia and of the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is that person? Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant wasn't this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day the poisoning incident. After the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. For all the purpose of hiding one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in the bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab here to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No. Order in the court.
Objection!
On behalf of Deli, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Poor younger Phoenix. He's so blinded. He's blinded by this whole thing. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because... Oh man. Phoenix, don't. It's not worth it, Phoenix. You don't realize that she's two-timing you. She's like... I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Delia Hawthorne would want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. She's like a two-faced. At that point in the trial, I think it would be pretty obvious to everyone the real reason that Delia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. Let me look. Yeah. Delia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace that you love to wear around your neck. My necklace. Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always saying the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What strange girl asking for a present like that back? You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. To make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. Eek. Mia, the defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry, after him. Mia, are you right? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where is Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no. What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What the blazes are supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior interpreted in the history in the court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid your apology isn't enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? The bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. Not funny, dude. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution case for us. Clearly the bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a de-fledgling defense attorney's overreactive imagination. So insane. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lots of potency. There. It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed as much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness Miss Hawthorne with my own very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in the court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion of surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Faye. I totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day I met Dead Swallow. Oh, you shouldn't there anymore. Hey, that's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue seeing her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There is something that you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Talk about her like that. Is that true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. She was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anybody about it, but... Sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this is... The defendant is... Miss Faye, you tell them Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Delia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together then with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believed that Miss Delia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Dead Swallow. The night before. Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye? If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is the last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back there for. Exactly who was Miss Delia Hawthorne planning to kill? There was one person that's standing squarely in Miss Delia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Dead Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning the poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix, right? There's no one else that could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Well, apparently not. It's a one-sided. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. Phoenix deserves better. He really deserves better than a... As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to the incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go as far to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of the attorney in the basement cafeteria, Delia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. It can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. Come on, Phoenix, open your eyes, buddy. She doesn't love you. She wants the necklace. Phoenix, what a joke you are. Her real self came out. Honestly, how can anyone ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne? Appears that we're nearing the end of the trial. Fine, I can tell you to plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that, but first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client eating a bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what has happened to you? Are you really that shocked? Or you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine. Then ask the nasty old hag to finish up already. Hold it. I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price? You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No. You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray? Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? The cool killerette. If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I want to lose my attorney's badge and let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible, you can't possibly. Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you aren't able to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets a chance to soar. She's planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison will probably end there. Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show the court infallible proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will provide her guilt once and for all. Code Killerette, Phoenix Wright's beloved code medicine. Does her rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? He lost his Code Killerette. I lost my bottle of it on lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Code Killerette. Then she poisoned it, knowing that the Wright was gonna take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, with the victim, Dead Swallow, that was holding the medicine. She planted it there. I really like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. She had accidentally run into the reading room my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Delia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Code Killerette. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about and cut the electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow him to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check up on the victim. On top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case, Dead Swallow. So she tried to pin the blame on him. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne? This cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some? Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. Yeah, then take some! I dare you. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Oh God! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? Excuse me. That's just fine. For the time being. Victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again, I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Why, yes. I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. So she's admitting that she did all that? She admitted it? It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense has shown enough scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it now. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this case? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Yeah, would you dare try it, mister? So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there can't be any poison in there, right? You see, yes. And there comes the back pedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Ugh. My beautiful hair. No. So that's how he lost his hair. Mr. Payne, about Miss Delia Hawthorne. So that's how he lost his perfect hair. Your Honor, I'll file the papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her. Now don't lie to me, Judge. Don't lie to me. That's exactly what I was saying. Don't lie, just admit you're wrong. By the way, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Delia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne? This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my daughter. Seems Mr. Payne has lost his beard along with his hair. That poor man. Did the defense have any further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly. Chill. Very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring the trial to the end. And then... Court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright not guilty. He's innocent. And he became a lawyer. The court is adjourned. If it weren't for Mia, he would have been long gone by now. Mia, you're wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. Through the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vestavus. For the last time, do not mention your hemorrhoids. Mr. Grossberg, do you make me think you could stop talking about them? That's rather I'm rude. I'm rude? Look who's talking, Mr. Hemorrhoids. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps we veteran lawyers have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks, you know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, dolly, I know it could never said those kind of terrible things. Well, maybe because she was like, I don't know, fake or something. This poor kid still doesn't have a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Heck, what kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we could see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Aw. And she became his mentor. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place, yeah. If you guys remember, in the beginning, Mia actually died. For me, the child brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings some very precious ones. And the memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again, Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in the client. In court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. Aw. 5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that's a story for another day. Aw. Yeah, that's it of episode 1 of Turnabout Members. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below. And subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye guys.